Hey guys, how's it going this fun day? Well, today feels like a really, really good day. And it's so good. I feel like reading back the reading show that I did. And there's this one book, well, a series of books that I always wanted to read. And it's a video game kind of book, which I really, really, really like. And you all know what game I'm talking about. It's from Mr. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. That's right. If I can get into my chair. That's right. Five Nights at Freddy's. The Silver Eyes. And I want to hop on into the book because I already know that these chapters are going to be pretty long. And I want to give a shout out to Scott Carson and Kira Breed Risley for writing these series of books. There's a bunch of them, and I'm going to read all of them. And since this is, well, the very first book they wrote, this is the first book we're going to read. Yes. Alright. So guys, first the reason why I want to bring back the reading show is because of the FNAF movie coming out. And due to that, I want to read some Five Nights at Freddy's to you guys. Since you guys really like this book series. And I'm going to make sure to read very clearly. So that way you guys can understand what's going on and in the story as well. Alright, we're going to begin with chapter 1. He sees me. Charlie dropped to her hands and knees. She was wedged behind a row of arcade games cramped in the crawl space between the consoles and the wall. Tangled electrical cords and useless plugs strewn beneath her. She was cornered. The only way out was past the thing, and she wasn't fast enough to make it. She could see him stalking back and forth, catching flickers of movement through the gaps between the games. There was barely enough room to move, but she tried to crawl backward, her foot caught on a cord. She stopped consulting herself to carefully dislodge it. She heard the clash of metal on metal, and the furthest console walked back against the wall. He hit it again, shattering the display, then attacked the next, crashing against them. Sorry, I'm trying to flip the page. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Can I flip the page? Book! Book! You're not an animatronic. It's alive, it's alive. Okay. Sorry, trying to find a good space to not just read the book, but look at you guys. Almost rhythmically tearing through the machinery, coming closer. I have to get out. I have to. The panic thought of no help. There was no way out. Her arm ached and she wanted to sob aloud. Blood soaked through the tattered bandage, and it seemed as though she could feel it draining out of her. The console a few feet away crashed against the wall. Charlie flinched. He was getting closer. I wonder who he is, to be honest. She could bear the grinding of gears and clanging of servos ever louder. Eyes closed, she could still see the way he looked at her. See the matched fur. Okay, it's one of the animatronics. I wonder who that is. And the exposed metal beneath the synthetic flesh. I wonder who this animatronic is. I wonder if it's this guy. Probably not. Who knows? Might be another animatronic. Suddenly, the console in front of her was wrenched away and then toppled over, thrown down like a toy. The power cords beneath her hands and knees were yanked away. Yeet! And Charlie slipped, almost falling. She caught herself and looked up just in time to see the downward swing of her hook. It's Foxy! Oh, okay. It was Foxy. Welcome to the Himalayas. Welcome to Hukin, Utah. Charlie smiled wearily at the sign and kept driving. The road didn't look any different from one side of the sign to the other, but she felt a nervous anticipation as she passed it. She didn't recognize anything. Then again, I hadn't really expected to. Not this far at the edge of town, where it all was highway and empty space. She wondered what the others would look like, who they were now. 10 years ago, they'd be friends. And then it happened, and everything ended, at least for Charlie. She hadn't seen any of them since she was 7 years old. So they were kids, okay. They had written all the time as kids, especially Mala, who wrote like she talked fast and incoherent. But as they got older, they had grown apart. The letters grown fewer and farther between the conversations leading up to this trip, and had been perfunctory in all the awkward pauses. Charlie repeated their names as though to reassure herself that she still remembered them. Mala, Jessica, Lamar, Carlton, John, and Michael! Those people were from the FNAF 4 minigame. Oh, okay. So it's about them. Okay. So I guess this would be like, some sort of prequel to FNAF 4 or something. No, sorry, sequel. Not prequel, sequel to FNAF 4. This is interesting. Scott Cawthon, I love your book. I love you too, man. Shout out to Scott Cawthon. Alright, let me get into position. Michael was the reason for this trip, as always. After all, it was 10 years since Charlie died. Michael was the reason for this trip after all. It was 10 years since he died. I knew it! This is a sequel to FNAF 4. He's referring to Chris. Remember in FNAF 4, Chris died in the end? Well, he's referring to Chris, Michael's brother. I am too hype. I am sorry. Wow, okay. It was 10 years since it happened, and now his parents wanted them all together for the dedication ceremony. They wanted all of his old friends there when they announced the scholarship they were creating in his name. Charlie knew it was a good thing to do, but the gathering still felt slightly macabre. I know what's happening! I already know what's gonna happen to them! Oh yes! Okay! Alright, let me get back into position. Alright, so... where was I? Oh. She shivered and turned down the air conditioning, even though she knew it was not too cold. She's scared. She's scared. As he drove to the town center, Charlie began to recognize things. A few stores and a movie theater, which was now advertising the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. She felt a brief moment of surprise, then smiled at herself. What did you expect? That the whole place would be unchanged? A monument to the moment of your departure was it forever in July 1985. Well, that was exactly what she had expected. She looked at her watch, still a few hours to kill before they all met up. She thought about going to the FNAF movie, even though this book takes place in FNAF. But she knew what she really wanted to do. She made a left turn and headed out of town. 10 minutes later, she put up to her stomach, got out. The house! Is she related to Chris? I think she might be with... I think her name is Charlie Afton. So hold on. Is Charlie really an after dead? In the book though. Because I have a strong feeling. The house loomed up before her, its dark outline in the bright blue sky. Charlie leaned back against the car, slightly dizzy. She took a moment to steady herself with deep breaths. She had known it would be here, an allied look, though her aunt's bank books a few years before had told her that the mortgage was paid off and that Aunt Jan was still paying property taxes. It had only been 10 years. There was no reason it should have changed at all. Charlie climbed the steps slowly, taking in the peeling paint smell. The third stair still had a loose board. Yeah, because this is the FNAF 4 house. So, I think they might be related. And the rose bushes had taken over one side of the porch. Their thorns biting hungrily into the wood. The door was locked, but Charlie still had a key. She had never actually used it. As she took it from around her neck and slid it into the lock, she remembered her father putting its chain around her neck, in case she really needed it. But she needed it now. The door opened easily, and Charlie looked around. She didn't remember much about the first couple of years here. Yeah, I knew it. This is a FNAF for a house, which means she used to live there. So would Charlie actually be Chris and Michael's sister? It'd be good to know about her whereabouts, to be honest. Because I realized something! There is a major update going on in FNAF Security Breach. The DLC. Ruin. Oh my god! What does that mean? We get to see Charlie as the leading character. And Ruin. If that's true, Steelball, can you confirm that? If it's Charlie? Because that's the sister of Michael and Chris. Oh my god! If that's true, please confirm that. Oh, that would be awesome. I just realized that. Alright, sorry. I did not mean to break the mood of the story. Let's get back into it. Now I have to figure out where I was. Alright, I'm just going to continue from the door opened easily and Charlie looked around. She didn't remember much about the first couple of years here. She had only been 3 years old. 3. She's the youngest. Okay. And all the memories had faded together in the blur of a child's grief and loss. I knew it. She's related. Of not understanding why her mother had to go away. Clinging to her father every moment, not trusting the world around her. Unless he was there, unless she was holding tightly to him. I have to clear my throat. I know I shouldn't, but I still have coffee, so I'm gonna clear my throat. Come in.
Hey, sweetie, we're gonna have to soon start getting stuff ready. Do you need to have a shower?
Yeah.
Okay, and you'll need to get a bite to eat, and we have to get like a bunch of costume stuff.
Yeah, no, I'll do that on my own.
Okay, but when it's 12:30, we need to leave at 3:15, so that's only a few hours. So you should come up and eat and start.
Okay, I have to finish the video.
Okay, make it quick.
Sorry guys, I'm back. Had to clear my throat. Okay, where were we? Okay. I'm trying to look for my place in the book. Of not understanding why her mother had to go away, clinging to her father every moment, not trusting the world around her unless he was there, unless she was holding tightly to him, burying herself in his flannel shirts and a smell of grease and hot metal in him. The stairs stretched straight up in front of her, but he did not move directly to them. Instead, he went into the living room, where all the furniture was still in place. She had not really noticed it as a child, but the house was a little too large for the furniture they had. Things were spread out too widely in order to fill the space. The coffee table was too far from the couch to reach. The easy chair was too far across the room to carry on a conversation. There was a dark stain in the wooden floorboards near the center of the room. Charlie stepped around it quickly and went into the kitchen, where the cupboard held only a few pots, pans, and dishes. Charlie had never felt a lacking of anything as a child, but it seems now that the unnecessary enormity of the house was some sort of an apology, the attempt of a man who had lost so much to give his daughter what she could. He had always had a way of covering. He always had a way of overdoing whatever he did. The last time she was at the house had been dark and everything felt wrong. She carried herself up the stairs to her bedroom, although she was 7 years old. That had gone quicker onto her own 2 feet. But Aunt Jan had stopped on the front porch, picked her up, and carried her shielding her face as though she were a baby in the glowing sun. In her room, Aunt Jan sat Charlie down and closed the bedroom door behind them. She told her to pack her suitcase, and Charlie had cried because other things could never fit into that small case. We'll come back for the rest later, Aunt Jan said, her impatience leaking through as Charlie hovered indecisively at her dresser, trying to decide which t-shirts to bring along. They had never came back for the rest. Charlie mounted the stairs, heading to her old bedroom. The door was practically cracked, and as she opened, she had a gritty feeling of displacement, as though her younger self might be sitting there amongst the toys, might look up and ask Charlie, "Who are you?" Charlie ran in. Now I'm going to end right there. And keep note, guys, the first chapter is like 30 pages long. So, I will be continuing the chapter in the next episode. But don't worry, guys, this is Five Nights at Freddy's at Silver Eyes. I will continue reading it, because I actually really like this book series. And you know what? Might as well say this. It's my favorite book series. I really like the game. I really like the books. So I will be continuing it. So I hope you enjoyed it. And if you want to see me read some more of Five Nights at Freddy's, The Silver Eyes, you know what to do. Ask to blast that like button. And keep chillaxing, relaxing, and don't stop believing. And most of all, I love all of you.